Good evening, Miss Gill. Good evening, Simran. How are you guys today?
Good. Good evening. We're doing well. Thank you.
Awesome. Miss Gill, I understand that you're here in regards to Simran. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. However, because she's not of age, I'm going to need to go over a few things with the both of you. First and foremost, I just wanted to let you know that it's my legal obligation to report any signs of danger Simran is to herself or to others, as well as any signs of child abuse or elderly abuse.
Okay, I understand.
And with that being said, I wanted to introduce to you the consent form, which goes over the session. It will be a 30-minute session, all of which will be recorded and shown to my classmates as well as my teachers. Other than that, everything said between me and Simran will be confidential. So if you're okay with that, you can go ahead and sign.
Okay.
The 27th, I believe.
27.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Thank you so much. And because you want this to be a one-on-one session, if you want, you can wait outside, and whenever me and Simran were done, I'll be glad to bring her back to you.
Okay, perfect. I'll do that.
Awesome.
Okay, I'll see you soon, Simran.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'll close the door behind me.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. Hello, Simran. How are you today?
Good.
Awesome. So what brings you in?
Well, my parents, they won't let me be homeschooled and play piano because that's what I really want to do. And I have been begging them for like a year, about over a year. And yeah, so that's like my big issue. And since I have been begging them to say no, because then you won't be able to socialize with other people and you won't able to interact with them. And honestly, I think that isn't a problem because I can go somewhere else to like people at my other piano school. Like there's people there, I can talk to them. And I don't see what the big deal is about not being homeschooled and be able to do what I love. So yeah, and the fact is that because they know how much I practice every day, and I want to keep doing that more than like an hour every day. More than just as what I practice. Like I don't mind doing it 12 hours and doing school, but being homeschooled because I can't go to school and come back. It's just too much. So being homeschooled would be better. And if I wanted to do piano for a really long time. And since I'm playing piano, I don't have to just play piano. I can do other things besides like going. Like my social isn't that important. Like I can always do that some other places. And so that is another issues that I have.
So what I'm getting so far is that you want to be homeschooled and
play piano for longest and make that my main thing.
I noticed that you said something about a piano school.
Yeah.
Is that something that you would be interested in?
Yeah. Like piano, like not only piano, but then there's other kids there, like different ages, and they also play other instruments. And you can always do something together. So I told them about that, but they still think that I won't be able to social properly. But the thing is, I love piano so much that I don't mind doing it for like the rest of my life. It's also like stress relieving because I can, and it
takes really good.
Takes up most of my time. It's also a lot of work and practice. I don't get enough anyways every day as much as I want to. I can have more things learned, and like there's so much to learn that like you can do it for the rest of your life and still keep learning.
Wow. Looks like you have a really positive outlook on piano.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you found something at such a young age to relieve stress. Yeah. That's really good. And you see yourself doing this long term?
Yep.
Awesome. That's really good. I'm glad to hear that. So, have you like researched any piano schools?
I have, but they're really far.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Mhm.
And then studying is also a problem, but like that's why homeschooling would be better if I did want to do piano for like a long time.
Mm-hmm. At these pianos, how far is the commute, would you say?
Like, how far is it from here?
Mhm.
Like 10 minutes.
Okay.
The school, like I only have like a one-on-one piano. Like it's only one and another person playing, teaching you how to play.
Oh, okay. Is this a piano school or just like a
it's
class,
it's
like a piano
class.
lesson?
It's a lesson class,
Oh, okay.
but it's for an hour. And you can learn. I learn a lot in an hour, depending on how much you can learn.
Mm-hmm.
But I learn a lot in an hour.
Okay, so just to clear things up a little bit, this is a piano school strictly for piano. There's not really any academics there.
Yeah, that's why homeschooling.
Oh, I understand now. Okay, perfect. So, is there a reason why you want to be homeschooled?
No, it's just because if I did want to play piano, I think homeschooling would be a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't go to school. School is for 7 hours, and you have other teachers, and you have a lot more homework. And then your homework, if I was homeschooled, your homework could be online. You don't have to worry about getting up at a certain time. You have time more to practice, learn what you need to learn in music at a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Memorize what you need to memorize.
Mm-hmm.
And then practice even more, getting better every day.
Sounds really good. So, if you were to be homeschooled and learn all of your material on the computer, would you think that you would still get a lot of assignments and stuff that would still take up your day?
It would take up my day, but see, I have like time. Like I also have a lot of time at home too. Like I can practice for like 2 hours in the morning, and then do my schooling when I'm done. Because assignments online shouldn't take as much as if you were actually to go. Because you wouldn't get so much as like a whole pile. Like you wouldn't have to have a project. You don't have to go there to a project. You just do it through email. You can have it's a lot of the technology is easier, faster instead of actually going there because then you don't have time to like for other things.
Mm-hmm.
So otherwise, I would have to be staying up playing piano if I wanted to play for like 12 hours, and if I wanted to do schooling at the same time.
I understand. So you feel like schooling is just taking up too much of your time?
Yeah, from piano. I only get like an hour a day.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was to be homeschooled, I'd probably get a little less more assignments
Mm-hmm.
and take up less time, but still learn a lot more academics.
Yeah, I understand. Do you think that, what about on the weekends?
On the weekends, it's enough, but then you see you have your other homework.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get, and then you have your other extra homework that you should have to do, and you have to actually have to study for your end of the test exams and all that, and then that takes up your time. Then you have like a whole week to study. Then you get no time to practice at all.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was online, like you have time to sit down, study, look through it, like it wouldn't take as much time.
Mm-hmm.
You have everything on the computer. It's not like you have to go here, go there, get all your books in front of you. You have your like your projects in front of you. It's like all in one place.
Mm-hmm. So you're preferring homeschooling because of the extra time that you feel like you would save? And I remember you saying that your parents want you to still have the social and the interaction part.
Yeah. But I said that it wouldn't be a big issue because I could always do other things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are some other things that you would like to do?
Like if I was to join something else other than music, like maybe play sports just for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and like making maybe meeting other people at other places besides like academically at school.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that's yeah. And then piano, and then if there's the lessons that I take, there's other kids there that play other instruments,
Mm-hmm.
and you can always join something that with the kids, and then like you play together.
Mm-hmm. So do you feel like you would be missing out on the socializing and the interactions with like your peers?
I don't feel like I'd be missing out. on anything really.
Right now, do you feel like you socialize a lot?
I mean, I don't socialize as much, but maybe it would take time out, but I wouldn't mind it because I would choose piano. Like, that's something that I love so much.
So do you think that if maybe you had more peers around you that were into piano and into musical instruments, that you would be more willing to stay in the school setting?
Yeah, I would be more willing because that's something that I love and that they love and they would understand.
Mm-hmm.
But what we would have, like, they would understand me more and better than other people, like than other people that's like considered because people academically, like not a lot of people play instruments at school. So like if I was to meet somebody that would like love playing another instrument, then they would understand what we have to do and understand how I feel about like other people that don't understand about how we feel about music.
I see. So what you're saying is that in your school that you currently attend, that if you're more of your classmates were into the things that you were into, then you would be more willing to stay?
Yeah.
What about in your piano class?
My piano class, since it's like a 101, like it's like you interact with your teacher. The teachers are like really nice, so like you can interact, and they're super nice and friendly. But like at the same time, you can still always meet other kids there.
And have you socialized during the class, your class time?
Yeah, I have a little bit, like during waiting times.
And do you ever like hang out with them?
Not a lot. I don't get to see them because they don't really go to the school and they live somewhere else.
How often is your class? Once a week?
Yeah, once a week, an hour, which is so it's an okay time. But like if I had more time in my hand, it'd be better.
At your school that you currently go to, is there a music program or a band or anything?
There's a band, but they don't have the instrument that I would play. And then the kids still there don't really like it as much as I do because I honestly love it, and so they don't really get that. I mean, some people do like it, but not as much as I feel.
I see you're real passionate about your piano.
Yeah.
That's good. So why don't you try maybe in like your music class, hanging out with one of the people over there?
Because they live somewhere else. They have like a different schedule than mine, and never have time.
I remember you mentioning that if you were to be homeschooled, that you would take into something else like sports. Are you interested in sports, or would you just do that to socialize?
Well, I'm interested.
Okay. What kind of sports are you interested in?
I like volleyball, tennis, and those kind of things.
That's cool. What about, have you ever tried a sport for your school?
I have. They don't have the one that I like, and then it's just like you have after school practice also. So like then I have time. Then I have to come home later, do my homework, take some time for homework, and then again I don't have time to practice piano. Like at all.
So I see that your main focus is definitely the piano. Yeah. That's cool.
So that is my big issue, and plus my parents aren't agreeing with it. Plus the piano, if I were to go to like a piano school, like a real piano school, they would have to move and like drive. So that's an issue also. And then my studying would be on homeschooling, which they're not sure if they're comfortable with. They're not really comfortable with it.
If you were homeschooled and you did take a sport like volleyball, let's say, then wouldn't that take away time from your piano also?
Yeah, it would. But I can always do like if I took a break from piano, if I allowed to, like maybe like a week, maybe like during summer times when like I don't have to do homeschooling, then I would have time for like sports.
Okay.
Like after like when homeschooling is done and but I'm still playing piano, I can always go and join something again. every once in a while.
Would you be okay with that? Like every so often meeting new people and socializing with new people, basically starting all over again?
I wouldn't really mind it.
hmm And the peers at your school, do you really hang out with them?
Currently,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I do. I hang out with them a lot and stuff. But I don't really see them either.
Mm-hmm.
But I do talk to them a lot, and I do go to school with them. I do have classes with them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're not as passionate about music
No,
as you are?
they do. Some of them do play, but they don't like it as much as I do.
Mm-hmm. So what grade are you in right now?
8.
8th? Okay. And you're gonna be high school next year?
Yeah.
So do you know what high school you want to go to?
Yep.
Which one is it?
Robert Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing technology there.
Oh, okay. That's different from piano.
Yeah. They didn't have piano.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They used to, but they took it out.
Oh. Hmm. Are you nervous about it? No. Do you plan on, are your friends gonna transfer with you
Some
to that
of
school?
them, I know like 2, 3 of them are going to Robert Morgan. I know 3 people from my school that are going to Robert Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about other people.
And do you still wanna go to the high school, or you don't even wanna go to high school?
I don't mind going to high school. I still don't want to really,
Mm-hmm.
because like I still like piano. I would like piano more than going to high school.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a schedule that you follow, or?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your schedule like?
Right now at the school.
Mm-hmm. Or you're like, give me an example of a whole day.
Okay, so my first period that I go to is algebra.
Mm-hmm.
And my second is ethnobotany. And my third is history. And then my fourth is science. And then my fifth is band. And then my sixth is reading.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 6 teachers, and it's like the first one's longer than the rest because that's homeroom
Mm-hmm.
also. So it's longer. And then the rest are like 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm. So how is what's the rest of your day like? Like what time do you get home and
Like, and
like
I
the rest of your
walk. I
schedule?
walk home, so I come home like we leave 3:05 exactly. So
Mhm.
then it takes me like 15, 20 minutes to walk. So I get home around 3:20,
Mhm.
3:30, and then I come home and then I take a break for a while because I'm tired. And then after that, I do homework, but I get like 3 hours of homework
Mm.
every day at least or so. So then I end up, it's like time to go to sleep, and it's like already, and I don't have time to do other things.
Mhm. Do you have a specific time? Like what time would you say you're done with your homework?
Like, I'm usually done, it depends how hard it is, depends how long it would take for me. So I would say like the most of the time I'm done at 7,
Mhm.
and then it's like already time to go to sleep, and then I don't get time. The only other time I would have is like staying up late or getting up really early.
Mhm.
But if I stay up late, I won't get up enough time to go to school.
What time do you usually go to sleep?
I go to sleep like at 9.
Mhm.
Fall asleep at 9.
Okay. So what I understand so far is that you get up and you go to your school, and your school's over about 3:05,
Yeah.
and it takes you about 15 minutes to walk home. So let's say about 3:25 you would get
Yeah.
home. Then you take a little break. How long would you say your break is?
Like 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
20 minutes. So basically, you start
like
your
4.
home. Right. You start your homework like around 4. You're done at 7, and then after 7, what do you do for the 2 hours remaining?
In 2 hours remaining, I'll eat
Mm-hmm.
and spend time with my parents. And then
Okay.
obviously I have to shower. And then by the time, really, it's already time to go to bed.
Mm-hmm. What do you do to spend time with your parents?
Like, just eat, sit for a while with them. That's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. Would you say that you have like at least 45 minutes, maybe if you ate from 7 to 8, you sit down with your parents and eat, and then for an hour, what would you say you would do?
For an hour, honestly, I don't know what I would do. But so I would practice for like 30 minutes, because that's the most, like 30 minutes. Then I would fall asleep around sometimes. It would take me 30 minutes to practice, but then again, that's not enough time because things that I have to learn, the material, the piano, the time that it takes me to learn, focus, it's not really enough time.
Would you say that maybe even if you like practice a little bit on the piano, whatever you can get, because you mentioned that it was a good stress reliever.
Yeah.
So maybe if you just played it for those 30 minutes, you can feel better, and especially before going to sleep, it might be.
It's just the problem is like when you need to learn new material and you're just trying to learn other things, you don't have time for those other things. They take even 10 times longer than what you should be.
So what if maybe instead of trying to learn new material that you just play freely? Do you play freely, or do you?
You can play freely, but then you also have to learn other things to play better and more freely. The more things you learn, the more you know more how to play freely. You know what to play. You know how to play it, then it makes it sound better.
So would you try to learn something new every day?
Like not every day, but I would try to get something like every week and try to learn it. But then again, like school backs me up a bit, and like I'm going sometimes to other places. So yeah. It takes me like about a month to learn the new material. Like about a month because I have other things. But then,
At least you're learning the new material. And even though it might take a little bit longer, you're learning it, which is still progress. And maybe like for those 30 minutes that you have of your free time, like maybe before you go to bed, you can always just perfect what you've already learned. At least you'll get a little bit of your piano in there.
So, yeah, I guess I could do that. But then I also want to learn more, and keep going and faster because I tend to learn things pretty quick, and then I want to learn something else, and then otherwise sometimes it would be harder to learn that, but then it would take me even longer again, and then I don't have time for other things because it would take me for everything to do other things. It would take me like about an hour, and then another hour, maybe like an hour, and then another hour. Like another 30 minutes. Keep going, like to the point where like you want to be pretty good, and going like learning as much as you can. Learning.
You just want to play your piano.
Yeah.
And be homeschooled. Well, it's kind of tough to do though, because you do lose a lot of social interaction. And homeschooling is not really guaranteed that it's going to be less work.
Yeah, that's not the best.
Yeah. Well, Simon, our session is just about up, but I just wanted to go over a few things and let you know what I've gotten out of this. Is basically that you want to be homeschooled and you want to play your piano, but your parents don't agree with that, and they feel as though you need to have a social life and you need to be more interactive with peers your age, but you don't really want that. You just want to play your piano, and that's about it, right? You're not really worried about the social aspect because that's not your concern, and you don't like the school that you currently go to because there's not really anybody there that shares the same passion for music as you do. Well, I have a little assignment that I would like for you to do. And it's basically going to be to schedule out your day just like we did. You told me you get up for school. You go to school, you're home at about 3:30. Take a little break. At 4, you start your homework till 7. Then you would eat with your parents, sit down, conversate with them, take a shower, which would say, let's say you'll be done at like 8:15, 8:30, and then use the last 30 minutes just to play with your piano. Does that sound good? Alrighty, Simran, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. And I'm really excited to see how this assignment turns out. And it's really amazing that you have something that you're so passionate about. A lot of people don't have anything like that. So it's really good. Alrighty. Thank you so much for coming. You can go grab your mom. Thank you.